Highlight for today is a pattern with some order flow, some context, relationship, a little bit of everything. You had a market that was in here, easy to assess, it's choppy, directionalist. So you could get yourself chopped up trying to predict it's going to go up or it's going to go down, and you could just be part of the reason why it's a chop. And even if you have good location, you don't have nothing to show for it. Or you could wait for some direction and then use that as a guide to maybe decide what side to play it on. Just an idea. It doesn't have to be your complete idea. It could also fit into your idea. So you got this box. You have direction, which is right here. Now, let's say you do indeed get bearish and look for a pullback because this is a move that could be respected, as we call it. Well, you might have had your pullback. You might not have. The VWAP often could work as some support when you're approaching it from the top side. And it was starting to work for more support than I would have thought. Look at all that. That's not going to hold forever. It's just not going to hold. So you get a lot of people that think, hey, Willie, look at this. A lot of good support. I'm going to buy it. And so Willie and Johnny and all his fifth grade friends buy it in here. And they rode it all the way down, took a lot of heat, and they probably just scratched it. It's a good exit. Thanks, Willie. But what the key is, there was a pattern that showed that this market could break out again, this box. You have people who already see it work as great support, finally try to play it as great support. You need to think the opposite. Feel the emotion that might be in a chart pattern. Another thing that happened was we got these green lines and their dashes that they get filled right away that showed that it came up and quickly got hit. So it was a buy iceberg. It was a buy order that he was hiding, irrelevant to why he was trying to hide it, irrelevant to why he was trying to buy it, but he was trying to buy it. What's relevant is how quickly do they sell it to him? That's what's important about buy and sell orders. If a buy order comes in, they crack them in the face right away, then there's what we call an appetite for selling. And then you line that up with they could break out and they could have longs nervous. Let me take the illustration down. Where do you think before you see this? Where do you think when you see this box, longs are going to be nervous? Below there. And so you actually get them, the chase is on, appetite for selling. They start to go, and then the rock easily moves down the mountain. Doesn't mean it's going to go down forever, like a lot of people wish. It comes back, and they're like, well, wait a second. It only went 9 handles, Anthony. I look for 10-point winners. I'm not going to use my joke about that. I used it a few weeks ago, so I'm going to hold off. But all you're looking for is working on location and timing to get the next move. But this was the chop. This was the indication that the downside might be the right side. They respect it. They throw a box. They scare the longs. The chase is on, and they roll it. Now, I also said, so that's order flow, that's pattern, and things like that. But I also said there was help from the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ had a pattern. I'm not going to pull up their chart, but they had a pattern like this where they went down and had a couple swing lows, and they were just floating around, and then bam, had a pretty quick move lower, but not just a quick move lower, targeting some pretty obvious, hey, I'm going to put my sell stop, or hey, I'm wrong and long below here. Big part of reading a chart. Forget about the patterns you read about in books. Worry about the patterns you learn in here. And number two, try to get a feeling of if you could kind of understand the emotion of a chart, how would it be reacting? What would it be saying? Where would it be crying? Where would it be yelling? Where would it be swearing? All right. That's what's important. And so you get the sense of what patterns to watch. But when you have an obvious place where longs say I'm wrong and they quickly attack it, there's generally some decent follow through. Big part of reading a chart is to always think in the mental framework on the other side, right? Where's the other side? Maybe trapped, nervous, chasing. Get up over 900 on this channel. Subscribe. Stay safe.